Pranam everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kavya and I am a spiritual healer. So in this video, I am going to talk a little bit about the masculine energy. एक passage है जो कि मुझे मिला है ओशो की बुक से, The Book of Man, and it's a absolutely perfect book. इनकी बहुत सारी किताबें हैं जो कि आपको पढ़नी चाहिए, especially for spirituality. If you want to grow on your path, you should be reading this. सो दिस इज द बुक ऑफ मैन, जहाँ पे ये बेसिकली मैस्कुलिन एनर्जी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. एंड इट्स वेरी फनी वट एवर ही हैज रिटन हियर. ही इज एक्चुअली डिस्क्राइब्ड मैस्कुलिन एनर्जी एज अ वेरी डोमिनेंट एनर्जी. सो लेट मी जस्ट रीड द लाइन्स टू यू. सो ही राइट्स, ओशो लिखते हैं, मैन इज अ फनी थिंग, यू नो. If any one of you find anything nice about man, please inform me. I accept my failure absolutely. He's being like sort of hilarious right now. And then he writes that the world suffers too much from conflict because of male energy and the domination by it. You just take a look around the world and you notice that there is a lot of domination. You know, हर एक path में, हर एक चीज में आपको domination जरूर दिखेगा. Be it politics, be it wars, you know, be it anything. There's a little bit of domination, which is not bad or toxic, but it becomes a toxic when it is not grounded, so to speak. Okay. Then he writes, the balance is needed. You know, I'm not saying that male energy is not needed at all. It is needed. You know, domination is needed, what he's trying to say, but in proportion. Right now, 99% is male energy, and the woman exists only on the margin, right? She is not the main current of life. Hence, there is strife. This is what he writes: struggle, fight, and war. That energy has brought humanity to the brink of total suicide. And it is true in such a way that masculine energy ज़्यादातर क्या करती है? It is dominant. It is prepared to wage war. It is prepared to dominate. It is prepared to control, you know, to offer control. But जहाँ पे balance नहीं होगा, तो उस balance के बिना कैसे कोई peace offer कर सकता है किसी जगह पे? कोई इस balance के बिना कैसे कोई love offer कर सकता है, right? So this is what he writes. And it can happen any day unless the feminine energy is released to balance it. You know, the war can happen any day. That is the only hope. So feminine energy is basically the hope of the world. This is what he writes. And then he writes that the masculine energy can talk about peace, but can only prepare for war. Have you ever noticed that in Mahabharat, the whole Mahabharat was all about you know, धर्म के ऊपर, अधर्म के ऊपर धर्म की जीत. एंड इट वाज ऑल अबाउट वॉर. कुरुक्षेत्र में वॉर हुआ था, युद्ध हुआ था. बट सेम थिंग goes to it. The masculine energy can talk about peace but can only prepare for war. कौन सी ऐसी masculine energy है which can actually offer peace? You can take an example of Kurukshetra. I mean, it is a deep topic. We can also converse on that, but let's just come back to this one. It goes on saying that we have to fight to protect peace, you know. Now look at the absurdity. We have to go to war, otherwise there will be no peace in the world. This is what he's writing. To attain peace, we go into war. Okay, that's how we have been going into war down the ages, and peace has not come yet. Not a single day passes when there is not a war or somewhere or the other, right? Sometimes it is in Vietnam, sometimes it is in Israel, sometimes it is in Kashmir, sometimes it is in something else, but the war continues. War is like never ending. And it is not only a question of changing the political ideology of the world. That won't help because all those ideologies are masculine. This is exactly what he has written, if you can even read it. Okay. Then he writes, the feminine energy has to be released to restore balance, to restore peace. That can bring balance, you know. And he has actually connected the feminine energy with the energy of the moon, of course. Moon is the feminine energy and the sun is the masculine energy. That is how it is. The moon has been neglected too much. The sun has become too prominent. You know, the moon has to be brought back to life. And that is what the feminine energy is, basically is, you know, in core it is. And with the moon is not only the woman with the moon is poetry to all the aesthetics, all the love, all the expression of emotions, all the feeling of emotions, and all that belongs to the heart space. All that is intuitive feeds on the moon and on the feminine energy. So this was a little bit about from the book of man, that Osho writes about masculine energy, that masculine energy is dominant and it is to wage war, it is to fight war. But in order to restore balance, in order to restore peace, war is not the only answer. There has to be love, there has to be emotion, there has to be feminine energy to, to ground it or to restore it, so it can bring balance back to life. So this was a little passage, and I talk more about feminine and masculine energy. It is something that has been part of my spiritual journey, and this is what I am called to do in life. So if you liked this video, you can follow me for more on Instagram and stay connected with me. I'll see you in the next one. Hari Om.